Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. Orpheus and his army are trying to get to the Shrine of Kulin, where Deva Luvalon is currently stationed. He came to this area searching for the Grail, its Emperor Endor's, basically her last chance to unite her crumbling empire. And the reason it's been crumbling so badly is because Orpheus and his rebellion have been making like great strides across the continent. So, yeah, most of the areas have been liberated. So there's not actually many more areas to go. We have this area, and then we have the city of Zandu, which we opened up when we defeated the Fort Shulamana map. Then after that, there is 2 more stages. So, yeah, basically 4 more areas to go through, including this one. So, yep, Orpheus is has more ground basically under his control than the Empire does. So, but that's gets to be expected when your rebellion is led by a tactical genius such as Orpheus. But he has made a few blunders in this map, though. His army's a little spread out, and there's a few close calls, but nothing that he won't be able to handle. So, and unfortunately, all our characters went before our monk did. So, it would have been nice to have the monk be able to heal up that samurai there a little bit, the samurai master. So, but at least he got rid of that one cleric unit there before she would have found a way to an unoccupied city and whatchamacallit, got new units to supplement her there. She's a flying unit actually, so I always want to get rid of those flying units. Has 2 wyverns. We actually have one of those units coming up here soon, behind this unit sneaking in. Well, they were targeting the leader. That stinks. I think the last time this we fought this type of unit, they were going after the wraith in the front row, the skeleton. But now they're going after the leader. Ouch. Well, we got rid of 1 mage. That'll make life easier next time we fight this unit. And the mage is the big damage dealer in this one. Yeah, we also got rid of one of the eagle men. So, nice. So that cut their offensive capabilities. Now, unfortunately, we don't want to fight this unit with our unit here because that monk can take out our wraith there in the front row. So we're just gonna retreat. And now we can move back to the front line because we can have our water unit there take out that cleric unit. I have to check out most of those units on that city over there are pretty hurt, so we'll just have them sit there for a while, heal up. Alright, that's not any bad. It's always good when their monk goes early, so doesn't heal much damage. Yeah, healed up that 37 hit points, but it would have been worse if the monk would have went after that big ice storm hit. So, not that remember the healing does not count against the damage your characters take, both for your units and the enemy units. So, even if you know, a unit may end up the battle with like full hit points, they can still lose. It just means that all the damage that was taken during the battle got healed up. So, Bancroft's unit is pretty fully healed. Move up there, get on the mountains and fight in its favored terrain. So unfortunately, there's not too many cities and temples where we can heal on our way to the enemy. A lot of them are kind of like behind the lines where we're fighting. Oh man! Oh good. We were so close to taking out that thing. I was afraid that the monk would heal first. But I don't mind if the monk heals herself, because she takes so much damage from our physical units. The octopus and the samurai master should be able to finish her off. Alright, 1 unit down. Alright. Now we can, without fear, bring that, the undead unit up. So, our characters are a little over-leveled compared to theirs, but remember the formula, it does account your alignment going into the battle. So the penalty that they'll take from defeating an enemy lower unit than them will be offset by the bonus they get for starting the battle with above a 70 alignment. So they shouldn't use too much alignment, as long as they don't get massively over-leveled. Alright, well, we'll put it on weak because the Sylph will go first. That's the main thing. We just wanted to knock out that mage, because he's the one who was going to deal a lot of damage. So, put it on weak. Good tactic to have with this unit to start out with. Because the Sylph is pretty much, unless we fight an enemy unit that has Sylphs in it, the Sylph will probably most likely always go first. Because Sylphs have such great agility growths. So yeah, that's the one benefit you get from sticking through with the terrible fairy and the terrible pixie units. When they finally get to be able to deal good damage from the back row, pretty much guaranteed to go first. So this is a unit that obviously went back to enemy base and got 2 new Nixies in the front row there. But it's okay if they got 2 new Nixies. We took out their main damage dealer, the Kraken, who's especially dangerous in the water right here, so. But we got rid of that threat. But they can't get rid of our threat, because we have a good monk healing, so. Well, but surprisingly, he's not doing much. He's missing a lot of these folks. Maybe because they're water units too, so. We may have to push forward with that unit. We don't want that, them sneaking back to base and getting a new Kraken. Oh, we got a little bit of healing in here. Put it on weak, and then we can put it back on strong. So, this is one chance where, that, Dragon Master's ice field spell is probably better than his physical attack, because the red dragon has, you know, worse resistance to ice. I mean, it's a fire dragon, so it's naturally going to be weak to the way things are. Fire, you know, is the opposite of the ice. And then usually, like, if you have like the, then usually like earth would be weak to wind. Usually, like if they have like an elemental square. Donk. So let's see if we can hopefully. Oh, took out that one. Wanted to stun the other dragon there, who I think is still up. Let's see if we can. Yep, still up. See if we can finish this thing off. We got 2 more hits. Can Ice Giant finish it off? Nope. We may have to have our flying unit go up there and cut that one off. So let's Flyer only has one. There's only 1 unit there, so. Uh-oh. Well, we'll see how this one came. Oh, do we have enough? Yeah, we should have enough hit points to take this unit on. Oh, well, that was a bust. We wanted to petrify that. Oh, well, that was good. So the main thing we wanted to do was petrify that Griffin, but it didn't matter because the Griffin missed all his with his wind. So that was the main thing I was worried about with this battle. Even though the Paladins have, you know, 3 hits each, he shouldn't be able to hit consistently the Eagle Man in the front row. He has good agility, and the Giant has some good defense. So, back to our water unit here against another water unit. So, well, that was nice. They went after the Samurai Master. Now, even though he has the lowest hit points, I'd rather them go after him, because the Kraken and the Nixie in the back, they're both weak to lightning. So if those Eagle Men hit either of them, they would probably do a lot more damage than they did to the Samurai Master. So, donk. All right, another win for the good guys. So, speaking of good guys winning, I just got back from my father not too long ago. We saw the new Top Gun movie. I've never seen the first Top Gun movie, but I was told that you didn't really need to see the first one to understand the second one. And I really didn't have to, so it was it was a good movie. So I wasn't sure if I would enjoy it. Like I said, I never had any desire to see the first Top Gun, but my dad really wanted to see it, so took him out for Father's Day. So, just coming up this Sunday at the time of this recording, 2 days away. So, I hope y'all are having good plans for your fathers out there. You know, show them some love. I got Pops and Spartacus both bought my dad a card for their grandpop. Yep, their grandpup and their grand rat. So Spartacus is not very good at picking out cards. So the thing I do with my dog is when he picks out a card, he usually I usually make him pick out a card that just has a dog on it. So there's been times when he's picked out a card that was not necessarily for the correct holiday, but he picked it out because there was a dog on it, you know? Like he might see a card that has a cute dog on it, but it's a humorous birthday card, but he'll send it to his grandma for Mother's Day, you know? But he's just doing it because, you know, he's a dog. He can't read. Which makes you wonder, well, if he's a dog and he can't read, how's he managing to write out the address on it and mail it and put a stamp on it and all that stuff? I don't know. Magic. Just like anything that we can't explain in this game, it's magic. So anything I can't explain in real life with Spartacus, it's magic. It's not me, doing it for him. So I like to make sure that my pets are showing proper appreciation to their elders. So my dog he was showing some love to my dad, his granddad, the other day. He was slept down there on the couch with my dad. So he didn't want to sleep with me. He wanted to sleep with somebody new, hang out with my dad. Maybe the couch is just a little softer. I'm just been sleeping on a thin mat on the floor ever since Pops' cage mates all passed away. I want to keep him kind of company, so I just have a mat there on the floor so I can sleep right by his cage. So he's not lonely. He can sniff me and see that I'm always there. So I'm like a big rat for Pops. I wonder how he looks at me. Obviously he must know that I'm not a rat, but he has to think I'm something. So right now I am the provider of cuddles. He is in my little hoodie right now. He's like a little kangaroo. I always call him a pouch rat, because I put a hooded sweatshirt on, has a little big pocket in it. They're perfect for holding rats in them. So Mr. Pops is hanging out in there right now, just chilling, petting. You can always tell the hoodies that he's in, because the hoodies that I've kept rats in, they're the ones that have all the holes in them. Rats like to chew, of course, and they chew on everything. So, yep, they shoot little holes in the hoodie. Guess he thought he needed some air pockets. So, we joke on Marty Mouse House Minions that all the holes that the rats make are really moths in disguise. You know, because rats, they're like, oh, they're so good. They wouldn't be bad and make holes in our clothes or in our blankets. Pops turned into a moth the other day. He was not as receptive to Grandpa as Spartacus is. So when I brought Pops out to see Grandpa and let Grandpa hold him, he was a little skittish and he took a poop on Grandpa. And then Grandpa let him down and he ran along the couch and tried to chew a hole in the blanket to, I guess, try to escape. He started just gnawing on the blanket. And I just grabbed him and picked him up and held him. So, calm him down a little bit. So, Mr. Pops knows that a lot of times when I'm picking him up, that means it's medicine time. He's not really getting medicine, but he's getting Nutrical, which is a high-density gel, just to get some extra calories in him, because he doesn't eat as much now that he's older. And he's starting to get hind-end degeneration, so I may actually get some extra uses out of the wheelchairs that I ended up buying for Arthur and Durf. They had hind-end degeneration. I got them these wheelchairs to use. So, because Pops is starting to show some of that degeneration, tomorrow when I clean his cage, I may actually just not put up the cage anymore. I'll do like I did for Ernie and Princess Celestia, some of my rats from a while ago. What I did with them was I just had old shelving, like wire shelving. Had some spare shelving labels because I had a closet taken out. Two smaller closets taken out and combined to make one big closet, so I had all this extra wire shelving, and they have like little they're like 7 shaped. There's a slight little protrusion, so you can have that protrusion on the ground, and then they make little walls. I just with zip ties tie them together, and it makes like a little cage, a little playpen area, and that way he doesn't have to climb. Because I've noticed I had to adjust most of the ramps in the cage. I'm not using most of the cage area, the vertical spacing in it, because I can't. I have to keep the ramps really, really low, unsteep, basically, so that Pops can climb up them. And he can't climb up the edges of the cage anymore because his back legs ain't as strong, so he sometimes starts dragging his back right foot. So if I just have him in a flat area, he'll be okay. Put some boxes out there for him. I got a bunch of cardboard boxes, make little castles for him, and then put a litter pan out there. You can use his litter pan, so. And that way too, also, like when I sleep next to him, it'll be even, he'll be even closer to me. So, look, I'll be right on his level. Me and Pops on the level. Good Pops. He just poked his head out right now from the little hoodie. Good boy, Pops. Yeah. Yep. So, good Pops. But go back to the Top Gun. Pretty good movie. If too bad Orpheus doesn't have the jets like the good guys in Top Gun had. He can just fly overhead and drop missiles on the enemy. But the only air force that Pops has is not Pops. Orpheus has is his little griffins and eagle men, raven men, and worm and cockatrice. Well, the angels and the seraphim and the sylph are also air, but they're always grounded because they can't really carry anybody. So, yep, Orpheus, his main air force is, I guess, his trusty griffin steed that he's been riding for majority of the playthrough. And he only comes with a beak attack. Just pokes things with his beak. Which I guess he holds the big Brunheld sword in. So. Alright, that thing can retreat. Because we have a big group of enemies coming up here. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coming up. But luckily we have this unit here, which hasn't seen much combat. Fully healed. They had a little bit of combat earlier. And this is good. We're fighting them over the land. And our Muse has the through thunder attacks. And every single one of these enemies is weak to thunder. So we should get lots of good damage out of the Muse's 2 thunder attacks. It's a pity though she missed the front row Nixies. Otherwise they'd probably both be defeated by now. But if we fight this unit again with this unit, definitely able to finish him off. Yeah, see the front line is already taken care of by our paladins and giants. Well, let's just shoot the Empire card, take it out now. Otherwise this Kraken would swim right back to base, and it's a fast because it's water type, and it's basically just has a straight shot through water over back to the base, and our flyer wouldn't be able to catch it. Plus our flyer's kind of weak, and we'll always run the risk of if our cockatrice missed, it might go first and have the hit with the Maelstrom. And all those characters in that flying unit are kind of weak. I've had them trying to heal up, but they keep getting called to action. You know, we defeat a unit, and they start retreating, and so they gotta jump off the fort, hunt them down, take a bit of damage, then come back. So, alright, looks like the 2 wars will be focused in on the, well no, the one on the, I forgot that the one in the back row, I'm thinking of the, it's a wyvern, not a worm. If it was a worm, they'd have a physical attack in the back row, but it's a worm, it's a wyvern, so it has the fire attack. I was hoping it would go after the whatchamacallit. Keep going, they'll both go after the wraith, but well, this may defeat the wyvern in the front. Give some experience to Orpheus. Not that we want that to happen, of course, but once again, we don't want this unit retreating, and I don't think we have enough attacks to defeat it otherwise. To defeat both of those worms, so... Alright, well, one unit down, another unit down, so I think we've got 5 on that area now to go. So... Orpheus will come over here now. We did see Deva Luvalon's unit pop up there earlier. So most of the Imperial forces are pretty much taken care of, so now we can have Orpheus start flying around back here in the background to uncover a lot of the hidden cities and temples. Like I said in the last video, this is kind of like the Castellation Sea, where much of the cities and temples are hidden. There's actually 9 in total, 3 hidden temples and 3 hidden cities. So, yeah, unfortunately, the Eaglemen are pretty good against, have good resistance to lightning, being that's their element that they use from the back row. But that Octopus, though, is weak to it, so no surprise, it's the first one taken out. Bulk. And wouldn't be able to take out that one Eagle Man, though. Probably best that we didn't, though. Because now that unit should still keep coming forward, pressing forward to attack. Move our Paladin to the back row just to get a slight bit of healing in. Paladin in the back row will use the heal. We want to get a heal or 2 off on our Witch. Although this would have been a good unit to have that back row Muse. Well, maybe not. Would have done a lot of damage, but we'd run the risk of waking up the back row Nixie, And the back row Nixie has that hit all ice, so we've stunned it and kept her from doing any damage. Kraken, not so much of a threat on land, so we should probably just, like I said, park here. That way, whenever that unit comes to attack, it'll always be on the land. Because remember, our unit isn't moving, therefore we fight on the terrain that it is hanging out in. Yeah, I guess without that Paladin's heal, that witch would have been taken out. So we gotta hope that we, with only one heal for the Paladin, we want to at least take out one of these Eagle Men in the back row. That way the next battle we fight with them, we only have to deal with one Thunder attack. And one Thunder attack will not be enough to take out our witch. Two though would. See, they were dealing like 40-some damage. So, yeah, Orpheus getting into another neutral encounter here. Got a Pixie. Hello, Miss Pixie. We will summarily dismiss you after this battle, along with the other creatures we've recruited. Right, see, let's get our... well, they're going to heal. They don't really need to heal, so let's move them back up into combat. I'm worried about that one Eagle Man unit sneaking back to the base. Right. The Red Dragon unit's healed up. Let's see, how's Bancroft? Still needs some healing. Oh, Orpheus, another neutral encounter. Man, Orpheus is making lots of friends today. Friends that he doesn't need. Well, can never, I guess, have too many friends. Oh, I guess it depends on the quality of the friends. So, book. But Orpheus can always have too many people in his army. 100 character limit. So, book. We want our monk to heal. Good. Want our monk to get that healing off before those two mages go. I'm gonna take a nice hurting there. But hopefully the our Doll Mage may be able to take out those two mages. It is daytime. The mages have poor alignment, so they'll take more damage during the day. And they also have very bad physical defense. And Acid is the hit all physical attack, so worked out perfectly in that instance. We're gonna flip-flop. I thought that cleric unit was going to move over to the left, and if they did that, they would have been able to attack our undead unit there, which we all know is a big, big no-no. So thankfully, though they're going south, so our water unit will be able to cut off and intercept them. So I guess, like, getting back to that Top Gun Maverick, it's like each of these units is functioning as the other unit's wingman. You know, keeping them out of trouble, watching their backs, picking up their slack to if one of them is hurting, you know. Well, our budget hurt there a little bit. Lost about a little over 16,000 goth, but oh well. We're not short on funds at all. We haven't even really, like, selling some major items. You know, we get a bunch of those, like, trophies and stuff. We've sold a bunch of odds and ends equipment. But a lot of those major items we haven't. Donk. Well, we took out this mage, the main problem with this unit, the flyer. So now this will be a ground unit, and we'll be fighting it on our home terrain, the mountain. So, not that I expect that unit to be any problem at all, because our Sylph will go first, wipe out the front two paladins, and they're the only ones who can deal damage with that unit. Because the paladin in the back row, like our paladin here, will just be using the healing ability. Got lucky there. The Nixie missed the witch with the blizzard spell that she used. Ice Storm, I mean. Blizzard is a single target. Although this unit is taking a little bit of damage, we may need to get them to heal up soon. But that'll have to wait for the next episode. So thanks for following along. Take care of yourself, and come back where we next time when we liberate the Shrine of Qulin. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.